What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and stimulus package update. We're almost at the final vote in the U.S. House of Representatives, as that will be happening here within a matter of hours. I'm going to give you the latest details on that, as well as whether or not the $15 an hour minimum wage is going to make it all the way to the finish line in this third stimulus check package bill, or if it's possibly going to delay this bill. I'll give you all the latest details of everything in this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates on the third stimulus check package, as well as the other things we cover on this channel, such as the $10,000 in student loan forgiveness, the $200 per month Social Security increase, the $3,000 to $3,600 child tax credit increases, which are going to come in the form of monthly stimulus checks, and are in this third stimulus check package bill, as well as mortgage rental assistance, utility assistance, as well as mortgage and rental assistance, utility assistance, property tax assistance, and more. Don't forget to hit the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. A group of progressive Democrats led by AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, are now somewhat threatening the Democratic Party that if they remove the $15 an hour minimum wage without being forced to remove it, that they will lose their votes. And remember, we need about 99% of Democrats in the House of Representatives and 100% of the Democrats in the Senate to pass the bill with the minimum wage in there. If Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough issues a favorable ruling allowing the inclusion of a higher federal minimum wage in the relief package, but Democrats voluntarily drop it from the final bill, Representative AOC and other Democrats suggest that they may withdraw their support or their vote for the third stimulus check package proposal. She says, quote, there's a scenario where if our party is voluntarily trying to strip this provision, we will take a stand against it. She says, but she would support the relief package if the parliamentarian is the one who takes out the minimum wage increase. Other progressive Democrats are saying that the White House should overrule the parliamentarian if she says the minimum wage increase cannot be part of the bill. House of Representative Jayapal, Democrat from Washington, argued during an interview this week that the parliamentarian issues a, quote, advisory opinion, but that whether to incorporate that opinion is, quote, up to the chair of the Senate. When asked whether Democrats should reject the parliamentarian's ruling if she says the wage hike can't be included, she says, I personally do. She says, quote, it's a small technicality, but I do think we've got to use every tool in our toolbox here, whether it is reconciliation, ultimately reforming the filibuster, or we're going to need to deliver on our promise to raise the wage for 27 million Americans. Here's what House of Representatives Representative Ro Khanna says about this decision.
Well, Lawrence, you started out perfectly. There is no provision in the Constitution that says that the Senate parliamentarian has any power. And Ron Klain is a brilliant constitutional lawyer. He knows that the vice president has this decision. And in 1975, Vice President Rockefeller disregarded the advice of the Senate parliamentarian when they actually lowered the threshold on the filibuster from 67 votes to 60 votes. And Robert Dove, a Senate parliamentarian who I know you respect because you served in the Senate, has said many times that people have disregarded the parliamentarian's ruling. So we should just be honest with folks. If there are political reasons that the White House doesn't want to disregard the parliamentarian for whatever reason, then just come out and say that. But know that this is the decision that the White House has. The vice president has every power to disregard that decision.
That is in regards to White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain saying that the White House will not overrule the Senate parliamentarian if the parliamentarian decides that the minimum wage should not be included in the third stimulus check package. So let me address a common question that I've been seeing a lot in the last few days is, number one, why don't they just pass the minimum wage hike in a separate bill, in a standalone bill, and not put it in the third stimulus check package? First, let me say that the minimum wage bill, whether you like it or not, it has not delayed the third stimulus check package yet. Okay, because it's in there right now, there really hasn't been any delay at this point. They're going to be voting on this in the House of Representatives, the final vote on the third stimulus check package tomorrow. But as of right now, the minimum wage bill being in there has not caused any delays at all. In fact, there really hasn't been any delays at all. I know a lot of people want to have this passed yesterday or the week before, but really the delay has been because they have to use the reconciliation process. Okay, and they have to draft the bill, they have to pass it on the subcommittee level, and then they have to put it all together, and now it goes to the vote in the House. Okay, so all that's been done over the past couple weeks. We had that initial phase at the beginning where they passed the reconciliation process, which was like the first part of this process that they're doing. So if anything, the delay has been because they have to pass it through the reconciliation process because, well, there's no Republicans that are voting for it. So they're only going to be able to pass this with 100% of the Democrats saying yes in the Senate. 50 Democrats say yes. 50 Republicans will likely say no. And the tiebreaker vote, which is the reconciliation process, will go to the 51st vote, the Vice President Kamala Harris. Okay. So at this point, the minimum wage has not delayed anything. But that could change here in the next few days. Number one way it could change is the parliamentarian says the minimum wage can't be in there. We're still waiting on her ruling. But if she comes back tonight and says, okay, my decision is minimum wage can't be included in the reconciliation process, that could cause a little bit of a delay because Washington is going to be scrambling to figure out what to do. They're going to decide if they even want to overrule her. The problem with that is the White House has said they won't do that, but people change their minds. But also, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin said he strictly will not vote for the bill if the parliamentarian says it can't be in there. Okay, and I expect we'll probably get other Senate Democrats that kind of don't like the $15 an hour minimum wage right now, such as Kirsten Sinema. So if the parliamentarian says it can't be in there, they're really going to vote against it. Remember, you only need one Democrat to vote against it, and then it won't pass. So then they're going to have to amend it, which means either take out the minimum wage bill or try to make a compromise with Republicans, such as $10 an hour minimum wage. I personally think $10 or $11 an hour is a great compromise. It's at $7.25 right now. That's more than a 50% increase to go to $7.25. A 50% plus increase is a good increase. It's personally my opinion, but you can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But they may have to go that route. If the parliamentarian says no, that means that you can't put a minimum wage in there at all. Okay, they could try to overrule her, but then they probably won't have the votes to do that. Okay, why don't they pass this as a standalone bill? Because they don't have the votes to do it. Okay, if we already have 2 or 3 Democrats in the Senate saying they're not for the $15 an hour minimum wage, but they're basically like kind of using leverage and they're putting it in the bill with 50 or 100 things, that's one of the 100 things. So they're hoping that these Democrats that are against the $15 an hour minimum wage will say, well, I agree with the vast majority of the things in the bill, such as the checks and the mortgage and rental assistance and the $3,000 to $3,600 checks for children and money for vaccines, money for schools, everything in there. But I don't really agree with the $15 an hour minimum wage, but I'm willing to set aside one thing for the greater good of everything. They don't have the votes to pass this as a standalone bill. Okay, so if the parliamentarian says, no, you can't put it in there, they may have to do a standalone bill, but there's no way they'll get support to pass it at $15 an hour. They'll probably have to make a compromise with Republicans, and that'll probably come at around $10 or $11 an hour. So they'll be able to pass a minimum wage hike, but not at $15 an hour. But make no mistake, there has not been any delays yet because of the minimum wage. But we're going to find out real quickly here within like the next hours when the parliamentarian comes back and says yes or no. If she says no, that's going to throw a huge wrench in things. But that actually might be a good thing because if the Senate Democrats say no anyways, that's going to throw a wrench in things anyways. That'll kind of, the parliamentarian says no, that'll kind of throw a wrench in things earlier so that they can figure out the problem earlier. Okay. But if she says no, that kind of creates a different problem because then they can't even put that in the bill, minimum wage at all. Okay. So now they can, as we just seen their representative Ro Khanna say, they could overrule her, and it's been done in the past. But we have Democrats saying that they're going to vote against it if they overrule her. And remember, they need every single vote. So you see how like everything is all intertwined here, okay? So really we'll know a lot more when this parliamentarian gets back to us and says yes or no, it can be in there or they can't, because then it eliminates about 50% of the possibilities of yes, no, and what happens, okay? So if she says yes, it's in there. The House is going to vote on it. And then our only questions are all the Democrats going to say yes? If they say yes, boom, it's passed. If they say no, then they have to say, well, okay, what are you willing to pass? And Joe Manchin said he's willing to pass $11 an hour. Republicans say $10 an hour. Okay, they can probably negotiate up to $11 an hour. So $11 an hour is probably the middle ground there to get some votes. But honestly, we probably won't get Republican votes even if they change the minimum wage to $11 an hour for the package, because remember, there's like 100 different things in this package, probably hundreds of different things in this package. I mean, there's all sorts of different money for roads and money for schools and a lot of things that really don't have anything to do with the pandemic, like some would say the minimum wage hike, okay? So there's hundreds of things in there. So even if they lower the minimum wage to $15 an hour from 11, well, Republicans are probably still not going to vote for it. But if it gets thrown out of the package, or it has to be taken out of the package because Democrats won't vote for it, then they could do a standalone bill. And my prediction is they'll be able to pass that at $10 or $11 an hour with 60 votes in the Senate. So really, anything could happen here within the next 24 hours. It's going to be absolutely crazy. Here is what Republican Senator Lindsey Graham has to say about all this.
So to the American people, we told you, if they got in charge of everything, watch out. It was worse than I thought. So I'm hoping the parliamentarian will see a doubling of the minimum wage is a major policy decision inconsistent with reconciliation. I do believe there's bipartisanship to move the minimum wage up in a more responsible fashion, and I would urge President Biden, if you can't find common ground here, you're not looking hard enough, because all of us have voted for very large sums of money to help the country get back on its feet with the COVID relief package. The bill, Mr. President, that you're pushing has got more to do with the liberal wish list than getting us back in business due to the COVID package and helping people with the vaccines. So all I can say is that this $1.9 trillion being jammed in a partisan fashion, doubling the minimum wage and a bunch of other stuff, is the furthest thing from unity I've seen. And what's so sad, this is the one area we're all working well together, and now that has been destroyed. So I would urge President Biden to reconsider, sit down with Republicans, and find a better way forward.
Now on to some better news is that House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer says the U.S. House of Representatives will vote the final vote on the third stimulus check package tomorrow in the U.S. House of Representatives. He says, quote, the House will vote on Friday on the American Rescue Plan to end this pandemic and deliver urgently needed relief to America's families and small businesses. The American people strongly support this bill, and we are moving swiftly to see it enacted into law. So the U.S. House of Representatives will literally be voting on this bill in less than 24 hours tomorrow on Friday as they go to pass the third stimulus check package bill. This goes on as we even have not had the parliamentarians' decision yet. So as of this point, they have the $15 an hour minimum wage included in the bill for the U.S. House of Representatives. If the parliamentarian comes back before they vote or after they vote and says no, well, they will have to most likely amend the bill and remove it completely from the stimulus package, unless they decide to overrule her. But then if they try to overrule her, they might not have enough votes to do that anyways. So basically, the House is set to vote on this tomorrow, and hopefully we get the Senate parliamentarians' decision before they vote on this in the U.S. House of Representatives. But if we get the decision after they vote and she says, yes, it can be included, well, then I guess it really doesn't matter if we get the decision before or after. But we're still hoping to get her decision here tonight as the U.S. House of Representatives goes to vote and pass this bill tomorrow. I will be having another update for you guys at 11 p.m. tonight as these details are coming in now, and hopefully we have the Senate parliamentarians' decision on whether or not the $15 an hour minimum wage will be in there, so that we know if it's going to be in there or not, and also if we know if it's going to delay the package or not, and if they're going to have to amend the bill. So make sure to subscribe down below, click the bell icon to get notifications. New videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Time. You won't get a notification for the 11 p.m. video, which is 8 p.m. West Coast time. You just have to show up on YouTube, see if it's on your homepage. If not, search It's Jimmy, and just go to my channel and find the 11 p.m. video so you can watch it. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. So click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.